Well, folks, it seems that Rosario Dawson is spreading lies in order to build up her show. Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, Rosario Dawson claims characters Ahsoka Tano, Harrison Dula, and Sabine Wren, because they had been so prominent female representation in a space, that we don't get to really see women like that. Basically saying women like their characters don't, or have never really existed in Star Wars. Well, yeah, let's get into this delusion of Rosario Dawson, shall we? Shout out to John F. Trent and Bounding into Comics, by the way. The press tour for the upcoming Disney series or Disney Plus series has begun, and Lucasfilm is cranking up the identity politics in order to get people to not only subscribe to the service, but spend their time watching the series. Yeah, I accept that for many people that I know, injecting identity politics is a good way to keep them from watching it. Rosario Dawson is leading the charge with identity politics promotion. In a recent interview alongside series creator Carrie Beck with Total Film via The Direct, Dawson shared why she believes viewers like the characters of Ahsoka Tano, Sabine Wren, and Harrison Dula, or why viewers like the characters. Dawson's comment came after Beck confirmed the show will center on the three characters, telling the outlet the show is about a Jedi, a warrior, and a general. Well, I know several characters in Star Wars, real Star Wars, not the crap that Filoni peddled in 2008 and beyond. Beck added, these characters are defined by their roles and responsibilities to each other and the galaxy. Dawson would then dive in to the promotion of the series with identity politics, remarking, when you watch the 15 years of Ahsoka's journey in animation, it took me a second to even appreciate how many women were on the show. And that was Dave's proclivity. That was George Lucas's proclivity. Was it? You dare speak for the creator? I'm pretty sure he could speak for himself. He wanted Ahsoka dead during Order 66. Except that Dave Filoni was so obsessed with his child creation that he wanted to keep her alive. She added, and now to see it continue with John and Kathleen Kennedy, it's really quite beautiful. Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, destroyer of franchises. From what she explained why she believes viewers liked three characters, claiming it was everything to do with their sex. I think that it's actually one of the reasons why people have loved Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hera's journey all this time, because they had been so prominent as female representation in a space that we don't get to really see women be like that. To be such leaders, to be finicky, to be headstrong, to be stubborn, to see how different they are and how well they come together as a chosen family. Barriss Offee before Dave Filoni ruined her. Luminara Unduli, Shakti, Marjade, Jaina Solo, Murda Gev. Let's see here. Who else? Elizabeth Esterhazy. Yeah. And Wandung Esterhazy. Scout, as she's known as. Yaddle. Adigalia. Stas Ali. Who else? Could have sworn there was a few million others. And when I say million, yes, millions of different women. Like, frickin', goddamn, I'm blanking on her name. From Star Wars: The Old Republic. You also had, well, the two Shans, Bastila and Satele. You also have Lana Beniko. And so many other women who are prominent characters. Kreia, also known as Darth Treya. I mean, how many more female characters do you want me to name that were great characters all throughout the EU that were all very prominent in their roles? Dawson continued, it was just really fun to see how many, or how that's only just expanded and grown. and that there's such a rich history here, and not just because of a desire for more inclusivity and representation, which Star Wars has never had a problem with. The galaxy far, far away has always had inclusivity and diversity. Jan Ors, or whatever her name was, from the EU, who helped Kyle Katarn, she looked what Earth standards are Asian. They had black characters. They had white characters. They had Hispanic characters. They had all those different characters, except that they weren't our different or earthly races. They were their own races in Star Wars. And yet, we also had a myriad of species, sexualities, and otherwise before George or Dave Filoni ever got his hands on Star Wars. Most of the clones were bisexual. You had gay Mandalorians, non-binary species that were not male or female. Changelings. You had other groups that had non-binary languages, like the Mandalorians. Mother and father are the same word, Buir. Thanks to Karen Travis, not Dave Filoni, by the way. But hey, I digress. Let's get back into it. But because it's just been inherent to the story, that's been told ever since Dave and Carrie came on board. They didn't add shit to the Star Wars universe. They added a universe, or a different telling of the universe, because Anakin Skywalker never had a Padawan in the prequel trilogy. I mean, until Dave Filoni came along and totally fucked up that continuity. If you watch and read the episode 3 novel, Revenge of the Sith, and watch the movie, you have no indication whatsoever that he ever had anybody like a Padawan. Nor did Obi-Wan Kenobi, because they were always together in the war, fighting side by side. They were pretty much the galaxy's superheroes, according to how Episode 3 portrays it. But hey, yeah, you guys all keep sucking up to Filoni. An official description of the Ahsoka series: set after the fall of the Empire, Star Wars Ahsoka follows the former Jedi Knight. She wasn't a Jedi Knight. She never got that title. She was a freaking Padawan that left the Order due to very bad writing. I mean, writing so bad that they framed a person who wasn't even on the planet when the Jedi Temple got bombed. And they wanted to lay blame on her when they actually brought her in from another planet in order to be an impartial investigator. Explain how that makes sense, folks. But yeah, she quit the Jedi Order before she was ever granted the title of Knight, so she wasn't a Jedi Knight. As she investigates an emerging threat to a vulnerable galaxy, the series will see the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn, who was cut and basically made into a basic bitch, thanks to Dave Filoni, because he has no idea how to handle a character like Grand Admiral Thrawn. They made him lose to a bunch of ragtag rebels when he almost brought the New Republic to its knees. So yeah, explain to me how he's suddenly going to be so freaking super smart when he was always a very brilliant tactician. If the EU Grand Admiral Thrawn was put up against the ragtag rebels, he would have slaughtered them. There wouldn't have been a galactic civil war. He would have been solely responsible for the destruction of the rebellion, not Emperor Palpatine. Once Emperor Palpatine if Emperor Palpatine would have put Grand Admiral Thrawn in play, they would have won the Galactic Civil War. Instead, he had Grand Admiral Thrawn in the Outer Rim, in the unknown regions, to make sure that the far outsiders didn't invade. Ahsoka arrives on Disney Plus 2023. along with other people, including the late Ray Stevenson, who's sadly been given a role in fake Star Wars. Star Wars that has disrespected the legacy of George Lucas to the point of absurdity, where they are saying that orange lightsabers are somehow akin to your strength in the dark side. Folks, what do you think of Dawson's comments about Ahsoka? I think they're massively ignorant. Because if this woman had read a single page of the EU, she would have realized it was infinitely better than anything Dave Filoni could have done. Because all he did was bastardize the EU, forced Karen Traviss to quit Lucasfilm because he stole her stuff, The Mandalorians, twisted it in such a fashion that it was nothing but a shadow of what she created, which is a small scale of what Tolkien did with Lord of the Rings. And yet, he dares say that, oh, I brought Star Wars into a new era of excellence. No, you did not, man. You fucking ran Star Wars into the ground once you got your clutches into George Lucas. Because you didn't understand any of what George Lucas was telling you. Folks, George Lucas wanted Ahsoka Tano dead at Order 66. She was never supposed to live beyond that. In fact, honestly, she never should have even existed. Jango Fett was a Mandalorian. He was the freaking Mandalore, the leader of the Mandalorians. The EU will always have a far more superiority of quality than Dave Filoni's universe of Star Wars. And I've walked away from Star Wars because of all the freaking toxic bullshit that's been going on in the community, to where they started labeling even fans against Disney as Disney shills. Yeah, I said it. I'm not afraid to call that shit out. But here's the thing, folks. I will call out stupidity when I see it. So yeah, that's why I addressed this video today. Anyway, that's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think of this crap? Spreading lies for the sake of diversity and inclusivity. Building inclusivity and diversity on lies, which will probably be on the thumbnail of this video. Anyway, folks, let me know all your thoughts. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. I think I said that twice. Stay tuned for the mystery review later today. Have a wonderful day. Stay humble. Because we all know that Disney Star Wars isn't.